Once, in the serene forests of ancient India, the Buddha and his disciples wandered into a village overshadowed by sorrow. The villagers were weighed down by their worries and fears, and the air was thick with despair. It seemed as if darkness had permanently settled over their hearts. Hearing of the Buddha's arrival, the villagers gathered around him, hoping for words of comfort. The Buddha sat under a large spreading tree and began to speak. "There was once a wise and kind king," he started, "who ruled over a prosperous kingdom. Despite his wealth and power, the king was deeply unhappy. He was consumed by thoughts of past regrets and fears of the future, which clouded his mind and stole his peace. He felt trapped in his own palace, unable to find joy in his riches or his responsibilities. One night, unable to sleep, the king wandered into his garden. The moon was full and radiant, casting a serene glow over everything. The king noticed an old monk sitting by the garden pond, meditating. Intrigued and desperate for solace, the king approached him and poured out his heart. "Wise monk, I am surrounded by luxury, and yet I am deeply unhappy. My mind is a storm of worries and fears. How can I find peace?" the king pleaded. The monk smiled gently and pointed to the reflection of the moon in the pond. "Look at the moon, Your Majesty. Its light is constant, serene, and pure, undisturbed by the ripples in the water below. Your mind is like this pond, and your true nature is like the moon. The ripples are your thoughts, worries, and fears. They distort the reflection, but the moon itself remains unchanged." The king looked at the calm, unwavering reflection of the moon and realized the wisdom in the monk's words. "So, how do I still the ripples?" he asked. "By living in the present moment," the monk replied. "Do not dwell on the past, for it is gone. Do not fear the future, for it is yet to come. Focus on the present, where life truly happens. Breathe, observe, and let go. In the stillness of the present moment, you will find your peace." Inspired by the monk's advice, the king began to practice mindfulness, focusing on his breath and the present moment. Gradually, the storm within his mind calmed, and he found a deep, abiding peace that no external circumstance could shake. He ruled his kingdom with wisdom and compassion, spreading the same peace he had found to his people. The Buddha looked at the villagers and said, "Just like the king, each of you has a radiant moon within. Your true nature is serene and pure, untouched by the ripples of life's challenges. Focus on the present moment, breathe, and let go of your worries. In the stillness, you will find the peace you seek." The villagers, touched by the Buddha's story, began to practice mindfulness and live in the present. Over time, the heavy cloud of despair lifted, and they found a new sense of hope and joy in their daily lives. The village flourished, not just in prosperity, but in happiness and peace, radiating the light of their inner moons.